Everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jessica Sharkan. I'm an aspiring author currently working on my debut novel, Boston's Vigilantes. I created my channel to document my self-publishing journey, to share my tips and tricks for writing, and to join the online writing community. If I sound really strange or stuffy, I have the cold. My nose is stuffy, so it's kind of hard to talk and breathe from time to time, so I apologize. This week's video is all about the professional edits and different types of edits. I've heard a few writers who are planning on publishing their novel that they want to skip over this stage, and I feel like that is a dumb move because a professional editor is a person who knows a lot more about the industry, who has a trained eye for editing, or maybe can give you some tips and tricks for editing your novel in the future. And just skipping over this stage seems it seems unwise in my opinion, and in the opinion of many others, that if you want to publish your novel to the best of your abilities, hiring an editor is something you really should do. Now, if you're going the traditional publishing route, this video is maybe not something you should be looking for, because normally when going the traditional publishing route, the publishing house is going to find the editor for you and going to hire them for you. All you need to do is just edit and work with them. But if you're self-publishing, then finding the perfect editor for you is going to be something that you need to do. Sometimes finding the right editor for you and for your novel can be a little bit tricky, especially since there are so many editors out there. For the first time looking for an editor, it could be hard. Maybe you don't know exactly what to look for, or don't think it would be a match. I got lucky finding my editor because my critique partner was actually working. She hired an editor and she was working with her, and I mentioned that I needed to start looking for an editor as well, and she actually added me to the Google document where her manuscript was being edited, so I could see exactly what kind of edits she was getting and the different comments and emails of kind of homework she would get, to things she would need to focus on a lot more, or if certain scenes didn't work, maybe a few ideas how to improve that certain scene, or maybe brainstorm new scenes. And I kind of saw the whole behind the scenes part, and I just fell in love with the editor and her editing style, and I knew that it would be a perfect for me. Maybe you can get a trial. I don't know if many editors do this, but maybe contact an editor and try to get a trial edit. So maybe send them 1 or 2 pages, or maybe the whole chapter if it's not that long and the editor wants you to, and they will edit that number of pages or that whole chapter and send you your feedback. And if you are happy, if you are pleased with the edits, then you find your editor. If not, maybe you should part ways and start the whole process from the beginning. When you do find your perfect editor, I feel like you need to get to know them. Maybe schedule a Skype call and just get to know one another. That can also help the editor get the right feel for your novel and what you're looking for editing wise. Maybe during the getting to know stage, you realize that you aren't a match before you start editing, which is great. You kind of saved yourself the trouble of finding that out later along the road. Maybe you find more reasons to why you need to hire them and work on your novel. The process is fairly easy. This is my experience. Maybe your experience will differ, or maybe other authors' experiences will differ. I'm sure it will. but I sent my editor the manuscript. I got it back with her notes, her edits. I approved. I changed certain scenes. I've edited different chapters or plot lines, took out, added some, and then I sent everything back to her again. She edited the whole thing from beginning to end, and with her new feedback, I edited once more. And if there were certain chapters that I felt like were strong that needed no more edits, I wouldn't send them again. But if there were certain chapters where I felt needed a little bit more work, I would send her those chapters, only those chapters, just so she could focus more on the problem or where I saw a problem. And when those were done, I would send her new chapters that I felt were problematic until I felt like there were no more problematic chapters. This whole process took about 4 months. Maybe for some authors that seems a lot. Maybe for some authors it will seem too short of a period, but 4 months were for me. I know that there were people who have finished the editing stage in a month and a half. For me, it took 4 months. When hiring a editor, you need to know all the different types of editors. From my research, there are 4 types. The first editor, developmental / line edits. Maybe you know by both their names, maybe you know just one, but it's essentially where they look at your story as a whole, if it has any plot holes, for consistencies, for structure, logical consistencies, cohesiveness. This is kind of the most intense round, and this is most likely where you're going to see a lot of red when you get your document back. The second type is copy edits. So this type of edit is for grammar or style, language, repetition, word usage. This is just kind of the beginning of the polishing stage, followed, there are actually 3 types, my bad. And the third one is proofreading, so this is just the final read through, verb tense, use of commas or semicolons, spelling errors. Maybe you spelled the word 2 wrong. Instead of adding 2 O's, you just put 1, or effect, because I know that many people, including myself, still struggle with this. And if that's kind of it, these are kind of the most important edits, and the levels in order of which the editing stage is going to focus on. That is all I have for today. If you have any questions regarding the professional editing stage, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I post videos every Wednesdays. The release date for my debut novel is April 17th, 2 days from today. Make sure to see the date. It's going to be available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. If you want to get in touch or just chat for a bit, you can go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JessicaSherkhan. I always love meeting new people and making new writer friends. Guys, have a nice day, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. Bye!